Listen, learn, create your own destiny. Create the life you want. See the future, want the future, have it now. Welcome to the Manifest Change Podcast. And here's your host, Brooklyn Storme.
Welcome and thank you for tuning in today. I'm really excited about this episode. So one of the new things I wanted to do was begin these podcasts by pulling a card from my Law of Attraction deck. So I've done that for us. And today's card says this: in peace, I live and move and experience life. Because I keep myself centered in inner peace, I have peace in my outer world. So I'll read it again. In peace, I live and move and experience life. Because I keep myself centered in inner peace, I have peace in my outer world. And the really cool thing about this card is that it is so perfectly aligned with today's topic. So while I was away on my Bali retreat, so earlier in the month, I went away for just over a week for a Bali retreat. And while I was there, I was inspired to create an event, or rather let's call it an experience, where everyone, no matter where in the world they live, could give themselves just one day to focus on their well-being. The idea was that by looking after ourselves in silence, we could really be the change, and in doing so, create a proper, true, authentic ripple effect that benefits not only ourselves, but our family, friends, community, and the environment. It's really cool. So when I first started promoting the event, and I just called it one day, lots of people were freaking out, they were panicking because they were thinking, oh, this sounds great, Brooklyn, but how do I do it in silence? I don't think I could resist the temptation to jump on social media, or I don't think I could do it without talking. What do you mean I'm not allowed to talk? And so for a lot of people, a lot of resistance came up around this idea of moving about the day in silence. And the other thing too was that people were quite concerned about what they were going to do with their 24 hours. They thought maybe they were just going to sit around and be very bored. So it became clear to me that I needed to think about some structure or some inspired action that they could take in order to get the most out of this one day. So bearing in mind that I had a few different areas that I thought we could use the time for, being mind, body, spirit, family, friends, community, and environment, I thought it might be helpful to brainstorm some activities that people could do. The other thing that I did was made it go on a Sunday because that's when people are less busy compared to Saturday and during the week. So I made it for Sunday and I just said, look, we'll start at 6 a.m. on Sunday, we'll go through to 6 a.m. Monday. And you're going to have all this time to address something for you, for the family, community and environment within this time, and we can structure it in a way that's going to fit around you, and it's really flexible and it's really loose. So I opened a little Facebook group, and in the Facebook group I popped up a video the day before just so people had a chance to review it, watch it, maybe get some inspiration around what they might do. And I suggested things perhaps for your body where people might be able to go for a walk or maybe sleep in or have a rest or things like that. For mind, I suggested things like catching up on reading content or books that were for your soul. And that could be Harry Potter. You know, maybe it's just you really want to read something that's fantasy instead of having to read something that's related to work or something that's a bit dry and dull. Maybe it's been a long time since you've allowed yourself to just read even a trashy magazine, but it'd just be nice for you to be able to do that and just tune out. So there were things for mind, and that also included doing things like journaling, and I offered some journal prompts to help people get started. So thinking about perhaps where you are now in life and where you'd rather be, and using some of these journal prompts to help you process beliefs around your future and beliefs around your past and present. And then for friends and family, it was suggested maybe do something like write your partner a note to let them know how much you appreciate them. And by note, I mean like a proper handwritten 1 or 2 page letter about why they mean so much to you and what they do that you really are grateful for and that you really appreciate and love about them. And if you don't have a partner, maybe do it for a parent or a child or a friend. And then for community, I thought maybe people could have a think about some resource, talent, skill, knowledge that they might be able to put together and package up in a way that could benefit their local community. And then for environment, I thought that this would be an activity around reconnecting with your environment, or alternatively nurturing your environment. So it could be something like you just sit outside on the grass on a picnic blanket and let the sun be on you while you're reading. Or maybe you want to go and pick up litter somewhere. Or maybe you want to, I don't know, make something look nice. Maybe you want to cut back the roses. Maybe you want to go and sort out the veggie patch or things like that. Maybe you want to go down the beach and have a walk along the beach and think about whether or not it's something you could do down there that might be nice for the environment. Maybe you want to change the petrol that you normally put in your car. If you're normally using leaded, maybe you try unleaded or something like that. So anyway, all those sorts of things. And so it was up to everybody who was participating to come up with ideas for things in each of these areas that they might be able to do throughout the day. And so I was so excited when, yesterday came. So the first thing that I did, this is so cool. The first thing that I did was I didn't wake up to an alarm. I just wanted to let my body wake up in its own time. And I got that inspiration from my mum, because she said to me just recently that she did that and it made her feel really good. So I thought, well, I want to try that too. So I slept in and I just let my body wake up when it naturally was ready to. And then I thought to myself, well, I want to spend some time now just bringing my awareness back to presence. And I just wanted to feel really present in bed just for a moment and really think about, a bunch of things that I was already grateful for. And that wasn't hard to do. I was thankful that I woke up and got another day. I was thankful to look out my beautiful curtains and into the yard there and see roses already opening up for the day. I was thankful to see Gabe, the magical dog, sitting, waiting to jump up on the bed for his morning cuddle. And I was grateful for so many things. I was grateful for this day. I was so excited about it. So it was one of the ways that I began the day, by giving my body a chance to direct itself. And I thought this felt really good. So I thought I would be guided by my body today. I wanted to tune into my body, which is something I haven't really done in such a long time. Okay, so that was the first thing. And then for my mind, I thought, okay, what can I do that would be real mind food for me? And for me, mind food means things that I want to read about or learn about, but I don't normally give myself time to do them because they just don't rank highly on my list of priorities for that particular day. So it was really nice because lately I've been learning about cooking clean foods. And I've got this app by Emily Sky or Emily Skies, and it's a great app and it's got lots of different recipes in. They only take, maximum 10 minutes to cook or something, and they use really fresh whole food ingredients, and I'm just loving it. And I bought a book called The Oh She Glows Cookbook, which is actually a vegan cookbook. Didn't realise that at the time, although it does say it all over the cover. I bought it because the recipes look delicious. So I allowed myself time to sit down with that book and just go through it, and I really enjoyed that. And then I pulled out other books that I had been wanting to read on psychology and behaviour and the mind. And so that was really nice, just having time to do that. For my spirit, so So I really wanted to try and lean into the feeling of feeling good. So I wanted to really understand the sensitivity of my emotion, of my feeling in that moment, and just be guided by what was going to feel good, what was going to feel right, what was going to make me feel happy. And randomly, I looked out my window and I saw I had a wall on my pergola that hadn't been painted. It's the last wall and it's been unpainted for a long time. And I thought it would feel good to look out of this window at a painted wall. So I just went about it and I found the paint and I found the paintbrush and I painted the wall. And it was a really nice experience. I didn't rush. I just took my time. I stood back and checked it and I really liked it. And then for the rest of the day I was able to look out at the window and I felt really pleased and it made me happier. It was like the gift that kept on giving. And that felt so good that then I decided I wanted to do other things for my spirit as well. And I thought, well, what else would make me feel really good right now? So I had a bath and I stayed in the bath for hours and I was just reading and thinking, and then I'm trying to redecorate part of my house. So I was imagining all the different ways that I might be able to move furniture around and redecorate that. And it was really a nice experience to think about that. The other thing from Spirit was family. I thought, okay, what can I do for family? So I wrote my mum a note all about how much I appreciate everything that she has done for me and continues to do for me. And I also took Gabe, the magical dog, for a really big walk. We went all the way down to the park at Western Port. So at the bottom of my street there's a jetty and it's got lots of fishermen there and lots of yachts and pelicans, and it's not really a beach, it's more sort of wetlands. There's mangroves there as well. So we went for a great big walk for over an hour, just he and I, and it was really nice and he was very, very happy, and it was good to get that time with him and I felt more connected. And the really cool thing about not talking, because I really wanted to try it, was when I was spending time with Gabe, I was trying so hard not to talk to him, and it meant that I had to use action and a lot of non-verbal communication and be really conscious of that. And it was nice because I could see that he was tuning into me as much as I was trying to tune into him. So that was awesome. And then the last bit was, two more bits. For community, I thought, okay, I've got you guys listening to these podcasts and I'd recorded 2 and I plan on recording 1 every Monday. And so I thought to myself, maybe a way that I could make them more valuable to you would be to have a nice structure. And so that's why I've started with a card pull when we begin, a story about something that has been happening in my world to illustrate some principle of law of attraction, and finish off with things like an affirmation, and we'll go over those in a minute. So that was my contribution for community. I thought add more value, make the content more relevant and interesting, and structure it in a new and enjoyable or pleasing way for the listener to hear. Then the last thing was environment, and that was a kind of a no-brainer for me because I haven't been out to my backyard for a while. I do have a gardener and she comes around once a month and she'll mow for me and whip a snip and generally tidy things up. But what I wanted to do was, I've got a veggie patch that I haven't used for about 12 months and it was all overgrown. So I de-weeded that and I worked with the soil and I put some conditioner in the soil and some fertilizer and things like that to try and make it really nice. And I'm excited because once all of that has settled, I'll be able to plant lots of fresh vegetables for a summer harvest. So that's really cool. Plus, I also did a lot of weeding around the garden and that made me feel good because I could see improvement, I could see change, and I knew that I'd done something nice for my environment. Plus, I did a lot of it in, without gloves because I like the feeling of the shrubs and I like the feeling of pulling weeds with my bare hands. And after it was all done, it was really nice because I had a drink of water, and then I just took my shoes off and I stood in the backyard, and it was just really nice to experience the grass beneath my feet again. It was, I guess I just felt really grounded. So it was a beautiful day. I cooked a lot, and I just enjoyed all of that as well. So it was fantastic. The whole day ended up feeling like a year, despite being so busy. I was calm, I was relaxed, I was refreshed, nourished, loved, and I really want to do it all again. The lesson I learned was that it's absolutely okay to spend time by myself and on myself. It's not selfish, and nor is it something that I need to be feeling guilty for. By looking after myself, I can be a better mum to Gabe, I can be a better business director, I can be a better coach and mentor, I can be a better supervisor, I can be a better psychologist. But the point is that by spending just one day on myself, I can be calmer, happier, tuned in, tapped in, turned on to life, and it feels amazing. And I just really wish that I could bottle it all up, this amazing feeling, and give it to you as a gift, because I really would if I could. So with that in mind, what I wanted to do was just say that as far as law of attraction goes, if you can take one day to do something like this, what ends up happening is you raise your vibration so powerfully, in such a really important, significant way, because you've addressed things on so many levels. You've looked at yourself, you've looked at your family, friends and community, you've looked at your environment, you've looked at your body, your mind and your soul. And when you take time to do something on each of these different levels, what ends up happening is your vibration raises. And when you're feeling so good, you become a really good vibrational match to call in to your life that which you are manifesting. And that's amazing. So with that in mind, what I wanted to do is leave you with an affirmation, as I promised, and you can start using this one today. So what the affirmation is I give to others because they are worthy. I give to myself because I'm worthy too. I give to others because they are worthy. I give to myself because I'm worthy too. I give to others because they are worthy. I give to myself because I'm worthy too. And you absolutely are. I really hope that you've been inspired by the podcast today. I hope you like the affirmation. Thank you so much for listening. I love that you're here. Please let me know what your biggest takeaway from this episode was by leaving me a review. I hope you have a gorgeous day. Now go and manifest change in the world. Thanks so much for listening, guys. Bye.
Thank you for listening. Take steps now to manifest the life you want by checking out the show notes. If you've loved this episode, leave a review on iTunes. Here's to manifesting change.